does being an asshole go too far? Hi, I'm Detective Tech. And today's case comes straight from Washington. Our suspect? Dare2dream. Using a little improv here, my table is still outside. It's a little bit wet from the last sketch.
Fuck you. Piss on you, beat me, home me out. You see me when I come over today and try it out,
Don't worry, guys. It's just simply mixed berries.
Technicals, where's the video on Risu?
Can you guys chill the fuck out? Can a nigga get a break? It's Black History Month. Can a nigga get a break? All the way back when JK decided that one #Vegas Strong wasn't enough, I was contacted by a couple members of the Washington community. They'd asked me to cover a man that had already been permanently banned. But what had he done? You probably thought I was gonna lay into some half-year-old story for easy pickings and quick laughs, huh? Well, you're one blumpkin short of a royal flush. Because today's theme, coincidentally enough, is cancel culture. Now, I'm a huge fan of discipline. In the right hands, it can help shape people into model citizens and reform entire communities. But when done wrong, creates an atmosphere of authoritarianism and dictatorship.
Your name is
homophobic bigot.
Now tell me your name.
Dare2dream.
That's not your name.
During his time in St. Louis, Dare had dominated the smash scene there. Being from the outside, this understandably made some of the locals feel uneasy. Top that off with rubbing your nuts in their face, and you have yourself the makings of an angry mob. Soon enough, his antics in preparation for moving back to Washington had reached their boiling point in the eyes of the St. Louis smash community. They were left with no other option but to comply with his wishes and issue the ban right before he left. The Washington community was already wary of Dare before he embarked on his little journey to St. Louis, so in preparation for his return, the head TO, Gyromite, adopted the rule set that had initially put Dare in his place. That prompts the question, why would it take the return of a problematic player to already have systems in place for appropriate conduct within the community? The Western Washington Smash Code of Conduct has 5 essential rules. Well, technically 4. Don't verbally abuse others. Don't physically harm or threaten to harm others. Don't engage in unsportsmanlike conduct. Don't damage property, and follow the rules. These rules seem like they were made for a high school club. There's a lot of fluff, and if you really look at it, it's not saying too much. If you look at this one, don't engage in unsportsmanlike conduct. Any action that violates the fairness, ethics, or respect of either the game or its players. What does that even mean? What are you gonna do? Go around and force everyone to fist bump after a set? On top of that, there is absolutely no distinction between event level and scene level punishments. Whenever an event level punishment is handed out, it's up to the committee of TOs to decide whether they want to act on it or not. In regards to Dare, it seemed like no matter what it was, the scene level punishment kicked in without fail. This structure aforementioned essentially allows for a 2-strike system, meaning that after the prerequisites have been met, players can be banned anywhere from 3 months to life. Boy, is that rough. Let's take a look at the 2 scene-level strikes that Dare got, which led to him permanently being banned from the Washington community. After hearing all the facts, I'd like you guys to write down which side you're on in the comments. #FreeDare or #DareForJail. First strike. Location, TNS. Issuer, Scruffy Mage in association with Washington TOs. Reason, hate speech / bigotry. In this first strike, the situation is Dare and Pandarian at an 8-man local in Washington. While they were playing, words were exchanged and Dare was being his usual self, a little bit rowdy, but understandable for the lack of attendance. While playing, Dare used gay as a pejorative when referring to Mennonite. Faggot. Oh my God! Scruffy Magic wasn't too happy at the sound of that, and gave him a little bit of a warning about his language. Just so you guys know, Scruffy Magic is a pansexual, so hearing gay in that manner must have rubbed him the wrong way. Dare reluctantly accepted his concern and tried to refrain from using any kind of offensive terminology while playing his friendlies. Later on while playing, Dare hears Scruffy Magic refer to certain interactions as retarded or cancer, and this, clearly being a hypocritical act on his part, angered Dare for the lack of consistency in Scruffy's actions. Dare decided to confront Scruffy about it, and this interaction itself is what caused this strike to become as prevalent as it was. I don't know, man. It's just, this whole situation seems retarded, you know?
Whoa, man. You can't say retarded. There are a bunch of people with mental illnesses that have it 20 times worse than you, man. You are in such a better position than they are. You really shouldn't be using that bigot.
You're right. I guess I'll think about it.
Well, what the fuck do you want, Jew? God damn, you smell like ass, bro. Take a shower.
Whoa,
Faggot.
whoa. Hold on. I know you're not just telling me I can't say retard.
So anyway, just don't do it, man. You have it 10 times better, and you're just being a bacon online. Bitch.
Two things I don't understand about this. Scruffy Magic's major thing that he was pushing was that Dare was being a homophobic bigot. That doesn't make any sense, because Dare himself is homosexual. But the best part is the be better. This sounds like a fucking male version of Risu. Be better. We know you can be better. Don't disagree with me on ideology. Just be better. Disagree with me less. But I think the worst part is the distinction between event level and scene level punishment in this specific case. What Dare did arguably didn't actually violate any of the guidelines. I mean, if an argument can be considered verbal abuse, everyone's getting a fucking strike at that point. But this disagreement went all the way up to the TO committee, where they then issued him a strike for it, which makes absolutely no sense. When you start putting other people's opinions over others, that's when you start forcing ideas on people. Discipline is to reel in conduct, not control thought. Second strike, port priority 2. Okay, we all know what I said. I'm gonna keep saying port priority 2 in the video, but just, I fucked up and it's port priority 3, okay? I'm fixing it right fucking now. I know that. I know it's port priority 3, okay? Fuck. Ishua? Gyromite in association with Washington TOs. The reason? Loud heckling and jeering.
Shut up! 50 years ago they had you upside down with a fucking fork up your ass! Rolls ass out, he's a nigger! He's a nigger! He's a nigger!
Oh my god.
A nigger! Look, there's a nigger!
In this situation, Dare was heckling and jeering Oregon players while they were at a regional. Now, Oregon is known to have a rivalry with Washington players, and this is a long-standing one. So while it might be frowned upon, Dare can find a little bit of justification in that. A tiny bit, okay? And when brought to Gyromite's attention, all of the heat came down straight on Dare's shoulders.
You're banned for life, faggot. Next time don't be so loud.
I find this to be very weird. And I only find it to be weird because at port priority 4, they were actually kicked out of the venue for the exact same thing, along with drug usage. So the noise complaints received at port priority 2 can obviously be viewed a little bit as a regional thing. You know, it's regional culture. If dare2dream is to be punished for the sheer volume and ability to interrupt other attendees' experiences, where is the punishment for the people that actually threatened and went through with getting the venue shut down? Where at though? At what point does the voices of the masses fall on the people who monitor them? Because for Dare, that certainly wasn't the case. If you had a choice between keeping port priority running or unbanning Dare, what would you pick? That argument's completely invalid. Port priority could get shut down without Dare even being there, so using that as an argument, especially from a head TO standpoint, it really makes this quite obvious that he was the scapegoat in that situation as far as port priority 2. I'm sorry things had to end like this, and I'm sorry we had to end bracket in an unprofessional and chaotic note like we did. Port priority is representative of our region and all we have to offer. An unprofessional showing reflects on our region as a whole. I'm sorry for disgracing us like this. Wow, if only there was some sign before that could have prevented future noise complaints and intervention from staff. It's almost like using Dare as a scapegoat solved absolutely none of the existing problems in the Washington community. Not an issue of loudness at all. Wow, that's crazy how he would characterize it like that, seeing as that's the exact reason why he pinned it all on Dare. To be honest, I don't think Dare's side in that strike was ever adequately defended or represented. After the ban, they had allowed him to submit an appeal to hopefully circumvent his ban. In the appeal, it's broken down into 6 parts: a timeline, concerns about the ban, poor leadership in Washington, taking responsibility, a Q&A, and the conclusion. In summary, Dare explains how he is dissatisfied with how the ban was handled, but also agrees to change his behavior to fit an acceptable standard of the TO committee, and to keep the ban in place for the remainder of Smash 4's lifespan, on top of accepting the likelihood of individual venues upholding previous bans, basically only allowing him to attend Orbiters and Washington Regionals. This was Gyromite's response. The TO committee has reviewed your appeal and has decided to uphold your ban. This decision is final and will no longer be reviewed. We had hoped that a ban would cause you to reflect on your own behavior in the scene and come to an understanding on why this was wrong. From the appeal letter that you wrote, it is clear that you have not reflected on your behavior in the slightest, and instead choose to continue the delusion that everyone besides you is wrong. Now, after knowing the 2 strikes that led to Dare's permanent ban, isn't it possible that the TO's decisions weren't completely infallible? The approach here from the head TO gives off the vibe that there was never an equal ground, and that the appeal sought out to get a long-winded apology that would or wouldn't be genuine in nature. If the actual goal of the committee was to reform players through disciplinary action, then the proposition from Dare was sufficient. Our community is a place for everyone, from the hyper-competitive to the newcomers to those in between. The Western Washington Smash 4 community is a place where anyone, regardless of their skill or who they are, can participate and enjoy themselves. Anyone who threatens that atmosphere like you do is toxic to our scene's growth, camaraderie, and health overall. You are not welcome back. With that concluding remark from Gyromite, let's look at some of the facts. Long before his ban, Dare was known to bring carpools to support venues that were filled with players of varying skill levels. The pride and joy of the Washington community, Pandarian, was nurtured by none other than Dare himself. Countless Smash Fests at his house, bringing him to tournaments, giving him a new controller when he didn't have a good one. Dare even helped organize a birthday event for Pandarian. Now you're telling me that someone with that much love for the game and players within the community, who regardless of not believing the legitimacy of the claims against him, was willing to change to satisfy Washington TOs, is a toxic threat to the scene and everything it stands for? The question I opened up with was, at what point does being an asshole go too far? If we are to consider history when giving out disciplinary action towards a player, then we should also consider all of the positive history as well. While jeering and rage quits might be frowned upon, who's to say that that hasn't been an integral part of this Smash community since its conception? Emotions run high, rivalries are formed, and battles are overcome by the unwavering competitive spirit of players. Some of the most memorable moments in Smash history are based off these exact concepts. That's not to say some punishment isn't warranted. There are certain boundaries, especially as far as respect, and Dare did arguably cross some of those. But to be banned for life? That's forever? A 3-month or 6-month ban would have been plenty sufficient. Also, considering that Dare was willing to uphold the ban all the way until the end of Smash 4's lifespan. He's been banned longer than JK at this point, who was banned for attempted vehicular assault. Those 2 things just don't add up. Hyuga, banned for life. His crime? Molestation. Dare? Jeering? And using the wrong words. Please, someone explain to me how those two things add up. Not to mention that this didn't only look like a reach on their part. Gyromite, along with other people, went out of the way to get him banned from every surrounding event. I was just a random fucking YouTuber, and they reached out to me to smack him again when he was already down. He was already banned at this point. I mean, when is enough enough? Fuck. This course of action fails to take Dare's well-being into account as a member of the community, and only seeks to satiate the proponents of his ban. I want to end off on this note. Hasty decisions on behalf of justice don't always lead to a better outcome. I'm only the messenger though. Leave your votes down below in the comments. #FreeDare or #DareForJail. If you guys enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Follow me at TechnicalsFoxMC on Twitter, Facebook.com/BackProductions. I'm going to be going to SoCal this weekend, so a little bit of a halt on production. All you guys don't worry, the big thing that you're all expecting is coming, and it's going to shake the whole fucking community, okay? I'm so excited. The thing that I use is a drawer to hold everything. It's got gum. I got Nutri-Grain bars. Pretty good, I guess. These fucking Doritos. These Doritos are definitely bad by now. If you guys enjoyed the content, click one of these videos that I'm gonna put right there. The thing covering my face right now is the subscribe button, so if you forgot to subscribe after I just fucking told you, go ahead and do that.
Your name is
homophobic bigot.
Now tell me your name.
Dare to dream.
That's not your name.